We are live, everybody. We are live, everybody. Oh, gosh. I'm so happy you're joining us here. Red TV, Peter Clark in conversation, and pretty pumped tonight. Pretty freaking pumped. But first of all, I want to welcome all of you that are watching right now. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Twitch and anything.com out there that the kids are on. You'll probably find us out there. This is a pretty exciting night for us. I also want to thank Fran Strine from the Hired Gun documentary. We're also live on that Facebook page, everybody. Just so you know, we're also out on Hired Gun. So I know that they have access to like 30,000 fans on that. So we're really pumped to have you here. And of course, Kenny, we're on Kenny Aronoff's page as well, and all kinds of different people out there. Look at this lineup over there, everybody. Look over there. I don't even know where to start. I don't want to waste time with a big giant intro because we'd be here all day, all the way from the producing side of it, all the way down to all of those beautiful, lovely, experienced people right there. First of all, I'm going to bring in my good friend, Kenny Aronoff. How are you, Kenny Aronoff?
Awesome.
Good to see you, buddy.
We're down here on a walnut plantation.
Well, it doesn't look like it, I'll tell you.
Pecan plantation.
Close enough.
Yeah. Well, we're going nuts because we've been recording for about like 12 days.
Yeah, well, listen, I super appreciate you guys taking a few minutes here and just having this conversation, because I know it's the end of those 10 or 12, it's 12 days, I think you said, 10 or 12 days down there, 11, 12, 14-hour days, and you guys are packing up and finishing up, and I know this was a very busy day for you, so thank you for joining to tell us all a little bit about this project. So let's just dive right into it. You're down in El Paso, Texas. You're down at this unbelievable Sonic Ranch studio. Just before we get some of the other fellows in to talk about this project and so on, for yourself, how was the experience? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Oh, it's great. Well, first of all, we're actually 1 mile from the border. I mean, we're not even in El Paso. Well, like I said, we're in a plantation, where they have pecan trees everywhere, and people are making fun of me. And there's like 8 studios down here, so we all live we all got our own like bungalows and hotel like rooms, and there's chefs that cook for us, incredible cook food, and we're in this studio here. What makes this record special, and I'll introduce you to Brett Hellings, who's the singer and the main songwriter. What makes this session amazing is that, and I've worked with a lot of people, is that you've got people from all these different bands, like Buck Johnson's from Aerosmith and Hollywood Vampires, and then you've got Billy Sheenan's from Mr. Big and the other 3 bands. I'm spacing them out.
Some guy, David Lee something.
We got Tommy Hendrickson, who's from Alice Cooper and also Hollywood Vampires.
And we got Rich Forrest, too.
And we got Rich Forrest, thank you. Rich Forrest, I'll bring up here, who's a bad mofo on guitar, who plays with Guns N' Roses, but he played with Thin Lizzy and a lot of other bands and did a lot of sessions. As a matter of fact, he reminded me we did a session once in Nashville, but I couldn't remember.
Well, when you look, I got your list along the bottom there, and that's only half of them, so they're not even half of them. So yeah, I don't blame.
No,
I think we got everybody. Hey, I'll bring some of the guys here.
Yeah, please do.
Here's Brett right here.
what's going on? Hi.
Brett, how are you? Good to see you, man. Great to see you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us on.
Oh, listen, my friend, as soon as Kenny was telling me about the project and I dug into it a little bit and I found out, who you brought together. I mean, just unbelievable. Now, listen, you got to start from just tell us that a little bit. I mean, how do you go from a Zoom call to get these characters all together at the same time?
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, my management kind of helped out with getting all this together for me. And, it was like rock and roll fantasy camp, really, I've watched all the bands that they've been a part of. I've watched them growing up individually. So, and we're fans and I was just like, I cannot believe I'm going down and playing with these people. So it was such an honor. And what the coolest thing about it is that they kind of accepted me and my songs and made them so much better and made me a better musician. And we became kind of like a little group, and it was just like, wow. Of certain times, I would just stop and look around and be like, "What is my life?" So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I want to know if you care, Brett, like, I mean, why these guys? Like, I mean, obviously, I mean, we can pick any one of them, and I know why from their resume. But when you really look at the collective there, I mean, you could have reached out probably to a number of different people that you've played with in the past, but you specifically picked these guys. Why?
Well, these guys, because I think they're just the best, like, session players and really love the music, and they've just been they're so experienced, and they're such good songwriters, or their own producers too. It's like they're the rock stars that never got to be, you know, the main thing. And I was like, I want all of them to be the main thing, and I just want to be the guy in the room, you know. So it's kind of like, I don't know, and all I ever heard also, besides just their talent, is how good of people they were. And that was the one thing I got to learn, is that the energy and the souls that were in the room made this record just so much better. And I think, you know, as long of music's number one, of course, and the song and all that stuff. But when you're around someone, you get to have a really amazing hang and hear all these stories, and it just made it so much more special, you know.
I'll have to say, I didn't answer your question before, but what made this session very unique and special is, and you never know until you're in the room, is that the teamwork and the camaraderie was exceptional.
Yeah.
Everybody here knows how to produce. Everybody here writes songs, maybe minus me. But the thing is that we all got along exceptionally well.
Yes.
Exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been on a lot of sessions with great players, but this was.
And you never know, really, you know, when you get everybody in
Let's
the room.
bring Billy Sheehan, because he's
Get
exceptional.
over here.
He's an exceptional guy too.
We're live on the air.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Billy Steed, how are you, my fine friend? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks very much.
Oh, great to have you, man. Listen, everyone, we just briefly met before we jumped on live, but I just love the fact that you were talking about other people. You said, hey, you should see who this person played with, and who this person, and everyone else is talking about you, my fine friend. So how have you been? First of all, everything good? Everyone healthy? Family good? All that stuff? Yeah?
Yes, sir. Everything is wonderful and righteous and all good. Thank you for asking.
Fantastic.
And, down here, we all did a bunch of tests when we got here, and some more tests in the middle of it, just to make sure everybody was cool.
Yeah.
Playing by the rules. Love it or not, we play by the rules. So that's how it works. And we were glad that everybody was in great shape. We
play by the rules and we die by the rules.
So Billy, have you guys,
as a bass player, it's bass and drums. That's what it's all about.
right?
Playing with Kenny Aronoff is just a dream. We've got a really, I don't know how it happened, but we got this thing where we just did this lock, and it happens.
Well, tell him what I said to you, which is a big compliment. You can tell him the compliment I gave you.
Oh, well, I brag a little bit about it because Kenny said it about me. So I
meant
apologize
it.
for
I meant it. This is a great compliment.
My arrogance and failure to be humble. But Kenny was kind enough. One time we did a little jam thing at a rock and roll fantasy camp. And when I play, I watch the drummer like a hawk, and I'm right next to him watching him and just grabbing everything he does and locking into his time. And we ended, and Kenny looked at me and goes, "Oh, I get it. You're a drummer." And I thought that was the greatest thing, because for a bass player, it's all about drums, and what a joy it is to work with him.
It's been unbelievable. It's like he's playing the drums and the bass.
Kind of an ESP thing going on.
That is fantastic. So Billy, what is it like to go into a place where, again, there's 4 or 5 people there that you really didn't know, and you really don't know what's going to come from that session until you kind of sit around the piano and you guys get the acoustics out and you start just kind of hammering out some ideas and stuff. I mean, and how do you approach that, like, differently than you would say with maybe some of the other people that you play with? You just look at someone like Kenny and you kind of feel out and go from there, or are you literally thinking about the lyrics? What are you thinking about when you're sitting around the piano at that point in time?
You trust the people that we've assembled, because all of them have an amazing track record and incredible successes, and they've done every kind of gig you could imagine. So I know if Tommy or Buck or Rich or Kenny or Brett come up with an idea, it's based on something that's probably worked very well in some capacity. So, and having that kind of experience when you put everybody together, plus it becomes pretty diplomatic too. I shut up and let people do their thing. If there's something I might want to chime in on, I choose the right time, you know, and you know, and we're all kind of like that. So it's worked out really incredibly well.
So the songs didn't come together in a sense of, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read, Brett was, posting on a regular basis on the website, and he was just kind of putting a diary out, if you will, of every day. And he talked about the process every single day. And, one of the things he said, we'd stumble on these magic moments. Now I think he was just talking about literally where he was just breaking down the songs where you guys are sitting around. Now, Kenny, I know you give yourself a hard time. You're saying, well, I don't sing, I don't write songs and stuff, but you being part of some of the greatest records in the world, you've been around people, which makes it automatically your input, right? So your input on
I've saved a lot of songs.
That's right.
Saved a lot, I'll tell you that.
I'm sure.
But no, what he did was we got about 12 songs, something like that, sent to us ahead of time. So we just do diligence and learned them as much as we could. So at least we had something to bring to the party when we started. So like when, for example, like we'd pull up a song and then everybody would already kind of know it. Me, how I write everything out. And then we start from there and then just start rearranging and experimenting. The thing that was outstanding about this group was that we would play the song, but we were always open to anything.
Right.
And we proved that in the last song we recorded.
So let me ask you about Brett, and then of course you brought in I think part of that project, which is just unbelievable, because we just talked about this a couple seconds ago, the producer, if you will, engineering on this particular, and when you read the resume of this person, just unbelievable. I'm trying to find where am I looking at all my notes here, because I just dug all this stuff up before we came on the air. And I'm just curious about, again, right. Sorry, Rob. Exactly. I was talking about it. So between Brett and Rob, were you kind of pushed in any direction, or was it so wide open that you could say, you know what, especially for you guys, could you guys take it where you want it as the?
Yeah. There was a moment where each guy was running the show at the mixing board with the engineer or in the rehearsal area. Oh yeah, there was no. Tommy Hendrickson is totally like, he'd go this way, but he'd say, hey, man, he'd just throw the ball at somebody else. And, it was amazing. Everybody seemed to we've all had enough experience where we were sensible. It was a lot of crap that was not even brought to the table because we already kind of have had enough experience to not go there.
What's interesting?
If I may interject, is it's Brett who's singing, and so we gotta fine tune everything to fit what he does, how he is, how he works, and all that was a very important factor, I think, on all the writing. This is going to be his record. We want to do the best we can for him. Yeah. So we want to make it about him and how he sings and how he works, and it was very successful.
I want to bring up somebody, an amazing guitar player,
please,
Fortis, who came up with guitar parts and sounds that was so exceptional, extraordinary. So before he packs and goes to bed,
I'm
falling asleep. How are you,
Richard? How are you? Good to see you, my friend.
See you.
Good to see you. I want to put up your cool website. Of course, it's the number 4 antus.com, everybody. So if you want to check that out. So Richard, what'd you think of the Pride? No, listen, just a general question. You're tired. It's the end of the 12 days of pumping it out every day. The experience with working with these guys over the last week or 10 days or so.
You know what? This is the best session I've done in the last year.
The only one.
Two.
That's
two.
true.
That's Rob.
Hi.
Hey, Rob, how are you? Good to meet you, my friend. We were just talking about you. I was thinking, let's talk about Rob and your credentials. That's, to say the very least, unbelievable. Rob, did you find it difficult reining in all this talent, or you just kind of let them rock and roll and do their thing?
The opposite. It's been anything but difficult. I mean, way I look at it is this is a bunch of artists, not a bunch of musicians. You know what I mean? Everybody's an artist and a songwriter, and like it makes it unbelievable because everybody understands. They're not just playing; they're like into the songs, and it's amazing.
Fantastic.
This guy, he's a pain in the ass. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
No, but anyway, no, it's great. It's really great. This has been a joy, man. It's
fantastic. Don't let Richard sneak away. He's sneaking away with his jacket.
He's sneaking away.
I know.
He's there. We just kind of in the middle now.
Yeah. So
It's great.
No, that's so Rob, I was just going to say, like, I mean, you work, I mean, I've read your rap sheet. It's just unbelievable. I mean, wouldn't even know where to start. We have to have a separate conversation another day, just to even touch on some of the things.
It's been a wild ride for sure.
It's been and it's very similar to Kenny's route. I mean, Kenny's been with so many different artists and so on, and all kinds of different genres and so on. Do you think that helped when you guys kind of work together like that? The fact that you've played right across all the genres, Kenny plays right across the genres.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. And the funny thing about me and him is that we've been knowing each other for like 40 years, and we've been dying to work together. And finally, which is great.
Yeah,
it's really an amazing. I mean, just the way everybody came together. Not only musically but personality wise and everything. And it's just been. There hasn't been a problem once. I mean, it's just been nothing but fun.
Yeah.
And you hear it in the music.
How's it been for you specifically, just, the last year or so? Just curious about, yourself, your family, all that kind of stuff. Everything okay? That has it been
We're good. We're very healthy. And so that's good. And, we're very fortunate. And, and I mean, I've been keeping busy as much as it's a little different, but, I've got some technology stuff going on in the background of various things that I could do at home and, and mastering, which I do. And that's, you could do that at home too. So.
Yeah. See, I think I was thinking it would be much different, your experience of this shutdown. I mean, with society in general, as it would be for Kenny, who's used to being on the road. You don't necessarily have to go on the road to kind of do what you do. Is that right?
Okay, right. Musicians have it rough, and the poor guys that are in the crews on these big tours. Oh my God, they're flipping burgers and making sandwiches and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
Unfortunate, but I mean, hopefully we're come out of this and I mean, it's going to be a tricky little road back, but I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah. What's the next step for you in this project? Are you going to be doing the mixing, mastering this stuff?
I'm producing it. So
start to finish. Yeah.
All the way down the line, you know what I mean? Till the finish line.
Yeah. Do you have a sense of with the recording? So
right out of the box said, okay, if I'm going to do this, Kenny's got to play drums. Cause I figured this is finally we get a chance. Right. So then, and then David and Maureen, who work for Brett, they threw names into the hat, and it was not very hard to say yes to any of them, so we're really, really lucky, all of us, just because everybody's so good. I mean, it's really a fun, fantastic musical experience, very uplifting.
Yeah. Do you find that is less attractive to you as the days go on, or more attractive when you don't have to push people around like that? You just let them.
Oh, of course it's great. I mean, the funny thing I was saying to Kenny is that, I mean, I started out playing drums and stuff. This is the first record I've ever did. I think I said one thing to him during the whole record about a suggestion, period. I mean, that's a blast. I mean, because then I can concentrate on what I'm doing,
And that's my job, is to make it so the producer can produce. Not worry about form, or don't hit that drum like that. Or lets him be able to be just a producer.
Yeah, a reducer. So the producer can reduce.
To simplify it. Well, that's an interesting thing. Even you saying that, is that because I'm thinking, because we don't know what any of these songs sound like. I certainly haven't heard any of what it's going to sound like. Is there a complexity to this one that is going to be interesting for you, or is it going to be a different challenge?
A lot of complexity, a lot of diversity. We've kind of surprised ourselves, and like the songs have grown, and as the team got tighter and tighter, and we got into some of the more difficult songs, and everybody was more, the communication was high, and like the creativity was high, and it just blossomed. I mean, the last song we got, we were all looking at each other going, what the hell? I mean, it was really something,
That's fantastic. So I often talk to Kenny in other shows. We've done multiple shows, and Kenny's one of his core values of talking about being a relevant player is that he stays relevant because he's a team player. And so I'm just curious in from your perspective, what are you expecting? Because I asked Kenny about producers and people he plays with. I'm asking you as a producer, what do you expect from someone like, not specifically even Kenny Aronoff, but from let's say a drummer comes in, what's your expectations as a producer?
Well, first of all, it's arguably the one thing that there's no squeak room. Well, the drummer has no room for error. It's just like fantastic on the level of that he's like really right down the middle in that respect. And, it's really, drummers, I mean, it's all different. I mean, you got to get the match people up right. The kind of dynamics, you know, like certain people play certain kind of dynamics. Certain people are good for certain kind of music. Others, but he's like showed the tremendous range. You know, like which none of this is surprising to me. Believe me, but it's a real joy. You know, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. No, I know. Listen, I'm just trying to be conscious here. I know Richard is wanting to head out soon, so he wants to do a quick hug with you guys.
Hey guys, how we doing?
So Richard there before he heads out? I just wanted to make sure I didn't rush him out of the.
He already left.
He's already gone and stuff. So I just appreciate that.
Did you meet Brett?
Yeah, he met.
Oh, you met.
Dude, I did. I came in. I said hello to everybody.
That's good.
So Brett, let me throw it at you very quickly. You know, when you guys sat around, you had some of those magic moments. I was reading through your diary, you know, daily you were putting up there and so on. And you said you had some magical moments. You sit around the piano, you grab the acoustic, you guys are working out and so on. What are you expecting from someone like Rob, from the producer? Is he part of that, or is that more that you guys are just
well, sort of. I mean, Rob would just sit there and he would watch what's going on. I mean, Rob's he is the you know, the detective of brilliance. You know, he sits there and he's like, "That's whoa, guys, we're on to something." We feel it, but when he says it, it's like, "Oh my goodness, we really are." He's a great producer like that. He sits back, he lets things happen the way that they're supposed to happen, never forces too many things, and that's really good. And you know, he's there to get the best out of us, and it can be challenging at times. Sometimes it can be beautiful, but we're, as he says, we're all slave to the song, and whatever that is, we're trying to achieve. So you know?
Kenny and I are both on the same page that, you know, it's all about the feel, but actually everybody is about the feel, you know.
Yeah.
The emotional side of it is so important. And I mean, and communicate, you know, making the songs communicate, you know, but these guys have really, really drilled down into the songs and like brought out the best qualities of each song. You know, like the songs, some of them were more fleshed out in the beginning, some of them less. And that's what was really fun. It became like group songwriting at the end of the day, which is really cool.
You gotta get Buck Johnson.
There were some of my favorite moments around that.
We gotta get Buck. Okay, Peter, great to meet you. I got to get back to work.
Rob, we got to chat again, my friend. I'd love to chat with you again.
Yeah. Kenny will hook us up.
Sounds good.
Here's Buck Johnson. He plays keyboards with Aerosmith and Hollywood Vampires, and he's a songwriter, singer, incredible piano player. He's done it all. Trust me.
Buck, great to meet you, my friend. Really good to meet you. So I know it's been a long 10, 12 days, and I'll keep it short with you. It's the end of it's the end of the day and last day of overdubs and all that kind of stuff. Just generally your experience of coming. Maybe just tell us what you were thinking when you first came in and now you're leaving. So day 1, day 10 or 12.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was a comfort knowing that I'm getting to work with amazing musicians like this man right here, and we had worked together in the past.
I played on his solo record.
He played on my solo album, and so I mean, if you got a good drummer, you got a good band. So I knew we were and Billy Sheehan. What can you say? I mean, that was a lethal rhythm section. You start there, and I've worked with Tommy Hendrickson because we're in the Hollywood Vampires together, and we've written together. He brings so much to the table, and he's such a cool, you know, musical director, leader. Lets all the ideas flow. You know, no one feels like they have to edit themselves, and you know, but then again, you still don't know what to expect, and so we see how it goes. And as the days went on, first day was good. Each day got better, and by the end, the last 2 songs were like, holy man, this is like incredible. You know, how this has grown and developed. One song, like Tommy and I started one song, and we thought, you know, it's an idea. It's a seed of an idea, maybe a B song. And by the time we worked it out with this band, getting around the piano with acoustics and figuring it out, and then going in there and working out parts, it's like, oh my gosh, this song has really grown out of nothing, it seems. So it's really special. You know, you don't always get that. And so listen, everybody is in this company right now is a fantastic musician, but even more fantastic people.
Yeah, well, hey, that's a compliment in life in general right there, in your legacy part, right? You can, it's one thing to find people that you can work with, but when you can hang together and work together.
Yeah, at good time. And it's all about the song, you know, serving the song, what it needs, and the artist, you know, what works for him, you know, or her, or the band. And, you know, I just feel humbled to be in this group. I always say if I'm the best one in the room, I'm in the wrong room. So.
That's great. I like that.
I'm wondering, what were you comfortable with the process? Is it very similar to what you're used to as collaborating obviously with, say, Steven Tyler or with Aerosmith as a band per se? Did you feel the same energy kind of thing?
Well, no, it's a different thing, I guess, because playing with Aerosmith, it's in a live situation. I'm hired there to do a job and do what I'm assigned, more or less, and I love it. It's I'm honored to be in such a classic band, legends, and they take good care of me and they treat me really well, and they made me feel like I'm a part of the band, even though I'm not. But on stage, it all becomes about the music. So in that regard, the best part for that show is when you see those 5 guys circle up around the drum kit, and we don't know how this song's going to end. We're all just jamming, and we really have to be. And it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to be. It's special to be a part of that. So, yeah. So it's different, but I love it all. And I have a studio in Nashville. Just all these musicians do and produce. So we bring a lot of experience to the table, but it's more fun to do it with a band than by yourself any day.
Yeah. I was going to say for the last year or so, and I meant to ask you at the very beginning, family-wise and health-wise, everything's been okay for you, and no challenges that way? Has everything been okay for you?
We've been fortunate. Thank you for asking. My wife and I, we have 2 little dogs, and that's our kids.
That's your family. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We're blessed. We're better off than most. It was a tough year in many ways for a lot of people. We lost some friends to COVID, and so that was tough. But our families are all good. So we got the light at the end of the tunnel, and things are moving forward. So
yeah, what's on the horizon for yourself as you move forward now? I mean, like I said, I think it's going to be still a slow return to playing live and things like that. So are you going to be working on something specific in the near future for yourself, solo wise, or are you more producing for other
I'm in the middle of a project of my own, as an artist, as a singer who plays. I'm always writing songs, and sometimes you find songs, like I wrote a couple songs that, these songs are really good songs. I think they could be hits, but they're not really something that I think would be right for me artistically to release. I feel like I can write what's in the room on any given day, whatever mood I'm in, and so I thought these 2 songs would be good for Brett. We recorded those. I was really excited about that because they came out fantastic so far. So yeah, I've got another record in the works. I'm always writing with other artists too, just to stay productive, and so a lot of good things on the horizon.
Fantastic.
Next year Smith will be out, and Hollywood Vampires as well next year.
There you go. I'm just curious before I don't want to, like I said, I know it's a long day for you guys and stuff, but I'm just wondering between both of you there, Kenny, maybe you can comment first, and then maybe about Buck. Is that what do you think you learned most about each other over these last 10-12 days, just playing wise, just as musicians?
The biggest takeaway was we got along so well. That's a big look. It's like, ask Tom Brady what it's like to play football. He's played a lot of football.
Right.
He knows everything that's going on. That's kind of where we're at. We just have been around. We've done it. We know. You show up, and so it really gets down to everybody knows how to play. Everybody knows how to do their job. But when you get around people like this was exceptional. And I think I'd be a good judge since I've done so many sessions. This was like the best, so from there you end up getting great stuff.
Yeah. How about yourself, Buck? I mean, just from playing with someone like Kenny, anything specific that pops out to you, that maybe an aha moment or a learning something that you didn't experience before?
I don't know if I can quantify that into one moment.
Yeah,
all little moments, because I feel like it's more fun for me when I feel like I'm learning something. It's all kind of, I'm ingesting all these different influences and things, and finding that common ground and creating something new because of that. So, we're all contributing in many different ways. So
we're going to announce a group wedding after this.
I love Kenny because Kenny's always making me laugh. So, and you got to laugh, man. way the world is today, and music is so hard to make a living at for musicians. You know, the pandemic is, our industry was the first ones to shut down, and we'll be the last ones to get back to working. So when you can get together and you're blessed enough to be able to work with just the best and have laughs on top of it, that's the best, man. What do you say? Yeah.
That's powerful. Yeah. No, Brett can come over and join us for a second if you don't mind. And if Billy is still there,
I think Billy went to bed too.
We're gonna have to go because we have to.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
We have to pack and break down.
Yeah.
So Rob, could you come over and join for a second? I just want to read something to you guys, just for a second, and then I'll let you guys get back.
We got a lot of packing to do.
Let me just read something to you. I just thought this was really cool. I don't know, you guys might have read this from something that Tommy put out on Instagram, and he basically said listening is key. He said this team of humans, which I love, he said that this team of humans know how to play and compose the right parts, sounds for the songs and musical pieces. It's rare when 5 different personalities can make this team work. I just, and he just goes on to say Billy was unreal. Kenny's a sexy, legendary drummer. Oh my God. Right? He said Richard has just blown me away completely with his ability to play anything and everything and feel with the feel and authenticity, which is fantastic. Brett has stepped up to the mic and pouring his heart and fire into every take, singing for hours and hours. Much love and respect, all part of the team. So I just think that sums up so much respect in all of those comments and commentaries from somebody. Now Tommy's not here right now, so I was kind of hoping to ask him about it. But just go around for us real quick, Brett. I'm assuming a lot of that resonates with you as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been an incredible experience. I've learned a lot, and these are like my big brothers and dads and uncles. They're just got behind me, and just I'm just getting taken to like another level with music. I'm just privileged and honored to be around these wonderful, wonderful men. So,
you know what else I wanted to say is that everybody in this situation is a good listener. I mean, and that's so important. It's like, nobody's like trying to push themselves to the front. Everybody's listening to each other, and it's really kind of doing this, and that's key.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, I didn't even get around to showing pictures, but I'm going to show them on we'll do another show, Kenny. We'll do a roundup of this, but Judy Won, I know she's in the background there. I want to throw it out to Judy Won and Hauke. They've been posting some great photos of you guys in the studio. And I hope you guys shot some video too, because we're looking forward to seeing
lots.
Yeah, we're looking forward to see some of that with you guys. Listen, super appreciate you taking the time to chat like this. And any general idea, we're looking for a fall release. What are we talking about here? Just so we understand.
No idea.
Any idea? Rob, I'm going to put you on the spot, Rob.
Well, no, that's pretty realistic. I mean, we've got, we got overdubs to do. We got a mix and stuff like that. But I would say the fall, the main thing is we just got to get all the ducks in a row, that's, and release it properly. And that's, so you can't predict that exactly. But I mean, I'd say inside of 6 weeks to 2 months, it'll be a finished product. And then as far as releasing, it's another story, right? But
there's no record label. This is all independent.
Yeah. Well, you love that feel. Well, you can just tell from the energy that it's coming from a different place. It's not coming from, it doesn't seem like it's coming from a balance sheet from an accountant. It's coming from the heart, right? It's coming from a bunch of people coming together. Somebody
said that today about how, I can't remember who it was, but how the way this is working, it's like, you don't have anybody breathing down your throat, or you don't have some A&R guy, that doesn't know anything coming in and say, now do this, do that. I mean, that's what's really cool is that everybody that gets the best is being brought out of everybody because nobody's being restricted. It's like, that's a beautiful thing,
Fantastic.
A really good sounding mic.
And also your voice is really awesome.
Yeah, your mic sounds like funny. He said the same thing. That mic suits you. That mic suits you.
We need to get you on them. We need to get you in here to record.
Let's talk soon.
All right. We got to get going, Pete, because I got a lot of stuff to pack up.
Great to see you, Brett. Great to meet you, Buck. And Kenny, thank you. Thank you so much, Kenny. We'll see you. And Kenny, I'm ending the show on your favorite video. So I'm going to put a little Kenny Aronoff out to everybody. Everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. See you, Kenny. Safe travels home, my friend.
Bye, man. See you later. Bye, everybody. See you. The first thing I discovered about being on a team was I have to serve the song. If you want to be good at something, you got to put in the time. You got to work hard. When you bring me into your organization, I'm going to motivate, I'm going to entertain, I'm going to educate, I'm going to play rock and roll drums with rock and roll music. Everybody's going to leave with something.
I love the shirt. I love the boots. Kenny, always a pleasure. John Fogerty, ladies and gentlemen.
I motivate my audiences from my experiences playing with people like Sting, Elton John, people like Buddy Guy, Ray Charles, Avril Lavigne, Michelle Branch. To do your homework. Now, I'm like famous for this. Just ridiculous amounts of work.
Now, I don't want to tell you how to do your business. I think your drummer may be a little anemic.